Does the moratorium apply to fracking projects that are currently in the exploration process in the province?
We've made it very clear over the last 3 years there would be a moratorium on hydraulic fracturing under a Liberal government until we fully understand the risk to our water, our environment, and our health.
Well, you heard Bryn. Fracking is a huge issue in this New Brunswick election. New Brunswick had the worst growth rate economically in the country last year. Many are hoping that the shale gas boom can boost the number of jobs in the province as it has for other parts of North America. So do New Brunswickers want to frack in their province? Katie Brown is spokesperson for the Shale Resource Centre in Canada, and she joins us with more from Washington. Katie, we heard the Liberal leader there say, well, we can't say yes until we learn more. Well, I mean, I like a fellow who wants to learn more, but the rest of us have been studying fracking since it was invented in what? 1947. It's been done more than 1 million times in the United States, hundreds of thousands of times in Canada. Just because you have one low information politician who's nervous about it for political reasons doesn't mean it's unsafe. What are the facts about fracking?
Well, actually, the U.S. Department of Energy just released a new study. And what they did was they put tracers in the fracking fluid in a well in Pennsylvania, and they looked to see if that fluid would migrate up into the groundwater, and they found absolutely no evidence of that happening. So that's just yet another study showing the safety of hydraulic fracturing.
And that's just the latest example, but there has never, I'm quoting Lisa Jackson, Obama's first EPA director, who says there has never been a proven case of drinking water contaminated by fracking in the 67 years it's been around. I think that this is just a politician playing to fear. He thinks, well, I can scare voters because they don't know what the word fracking is. It sounds like a swear. It's newfangled. So I'm going to use fear to oppose a technology that's perfectly safe in Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan. That's what it sounds like to me, isn't it?
Right. I think also Nova Scotia researchers at Cape Breton University also did a study on whether there could be any migration of the groundwater, of the fluid into the groundwater resources, and they found no indication of that as well, as long as the process is carefully regulated.
So there's studies from the Atlantic that confirm studies in every other jurisdiction. I saw someone the other day say, well, we don't know what's in fracking fluid, but in fact, the fracking companies disclose down to the liter every chemical they use in Canada. I've been to the website frackfocus.ca. It's not a secret. They boast about what's in there. It's 95% water, 4% sand. The rest are common household chemicals. I think there's a lot of myths, but frankly, the politicians like these myths. They like the exotic nature of fracking so they can condemn it. I think a grown-up politician would explain that fracking is safe, just like airplanes are safe or cars are safe. I think these guys are fear-mongering. I think it's playing to the lowest common denominator. Everyone knows where I stand on fracking. What do you think is going to happen tonight? You've been following this closely. Do you think New Brunswickers are going to embrace fracking?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I do think that it's a very important decision, because right now New Brunswick has a lot of economic problems. Right now it has a D grade from the Conference Board of Canada. It has one of the highest unemployment rates in the country, and there is a report that came out that was commissioned by the provincial government, and it found that shale development could create about 4,400 new jobs and bring about $1.6 billion to the economy every year, and bring millions in tax revenues to the province as well.
Katie, if only they would embrace that.
Not only is it safe.
I think they like,
right.
I think some New Brunswickers like being a have-not province. We're out of time, unfortunately, Katie. I look forward to having you back on the show, God willing, to celebrate fracking in New Brunswick. Stay in touch, my friend.